sure you're not going to be able to hear me. But of course, once I set up, it gets windy as heck. I had to hurry up and set up this pole with a guide rope because hopefully my table doesn't go flying away. I'll stand next to the table just in case. Hopefully my other guide ropes are tight enough, but it just got crazy windy. It was fine as I was setting up. Had it been like this, I would not have set up the awning. I don't know how strong this thing is, but I guess I'm going to find out. I know it gets windy here, but I wasn't really expecting this. I was doing a time lapse over here and I hurried up. My tripod was sitting over here really tall and I hurried up and took it down. I know you're not going to be able to hear this very well because of the wind, but hopefully this is going to blow over. I see some blue sky back behind this storm that's blowing over. Got to be interesting. So, I'm just going to hunker down. I might even get in the cab of the truck and just hope nothing flies away. And relax for a bit, have a snack, and then get back outside. See what happens. Well, I am at camp. I'm set up. And you may have just seen a previous clip of me trying to batten down the hatches, essentially. Well, I wasn't really battening down the hatches. I was just dealing with some wind. All of a sudden, a windstorm came up with some sprinkling, and you wouldn't know it because now it's beautiful outside. But it was all cloudy and raining. You might see some moisture on the 4Runner, just enough to make it disgustingly dirty. And speaking of the 4Runner, it might look goofy just because I've leveled it out so it looks like it's sitting funny, but it's not. Anyways, this is camp, and it's a cool little spot. The main road is right there, and the camera looks crooked, but I'll just deal with it. So the main road's right there. This is just a little road that comes into a camp spot that's kind of back there, right where those trees are. But there was no level spot over there, and frankly, this spot was cooler. So I'm kind of blocking this. I'm kind of sitting a little bit on the trail, but it only goes to that campsite, and nobody's going to go there, and this will kind of stop them if they try to. Anyways, this is my spot. And luckily I had the awning up, although that could have been unlucky if it had gotten ripped off the side of the 4Runner. But it didn't, but it protected me from the rain that was coming. It didn't last that long. In fact, I was trying to do a time lapse with the tripod set up over there, and it got so windy I was afraid the tripod was going to get knocked over, so I took it down real quick. So I may not have a time lapse of that, of the storm, because I was trying to get it coming in. Anywho, this is a really cool little spot. There is some glass around that I will pick up, but behind these rocks offers a little bit of blockage from the wind because it does get very windy here. I know that. I just wasn't expecting it to get that windy. And that is the view. This is stunningly beautiful. You can see the snow-capped mountains up there. Let me try to zoom in. The clouds coming off of them. Kind of glad I'm not at one of my other usual spots on Weston Pass, because that wouldn't be good. And now I'm trying to do this go back to the other view. There we go. You would not know it was so ugly 10 minutes ago. So I actually just sat inside the 4Runner, shut the door, and just chilled in there and watched a little YouTube. One of the reasons I came to this area is I know I have internet service or cell service. And this is Friday. What's the date? Let me see if I can get the date off my watch. It is the 24th of June. And tonight, the Colorado Avalanche are going to try to win the Stanley Cup. They can take the Stanley Cup tonight. And I wanted cell service because I wanted to watch it. I was thinking of not camping just so I can watch the Stanley Cup final. But then I thought, hey, I can go to a spot and watch it here. So that's why I'm in this general area. And kind of glad I am because it is beautiful. So I'm trying something here. And excuse the mess inside here because I just moved everything around to try to hunker down. Donuts. That white box is my home internet. I have two sources of internet at home because I work from home and I need redundancy. That is one of them. So I have that plugged into my Jackery 500. I have the 1000 powering the fridge. I have that plugged into the 500. It's off right now. And I wanted to see if I could actually have that internet out here. And I just tested it and it works. So I wanted to make sure I can watch the game with that instead of hotspotting from my phone, which tends to be a little hinky. But I will use that internet this evening when I watch the game. So the plan is to have the game on my MacBook Air and chill, make some dinner, and watch the game, and of course, drink a beer or 7. Wow, it's just so beautiful here. I probably should throw the drone up now, even though it's windy, so maybe I shouldn't. But you may see some drone footage. If you don't, I deemed it too windy. I don't really want to watch my drone go into the air and just fly off and be free. Anywho, I think I'm going to crack open a beer right now that it's so nice outside, and relax a little bit, and I will check in a bit later. Well, it started raining. I've heard some thunder. I don't know why this thing's jerking around. Might be because the mic. Oops, there goes some water. Luckily, I do have the awning up. Luckily, it's not quite as windy as before, so I am wearing a mic now, so hopefully you can hear me. Let me check. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. And it looks like out here, it's raining out there, and that's what's kind of heading this way. Hopefully the lens isn't getting too wet. It's not raining too hard, just enough to hear the pitter-patter of rain on the awning, which I actually kind of like. And as long as it's not windy and blowing inside, then I'm fine just sitting out here. If it gets too bad, too windy, and it's starting blowing all over the place, I'll just hop back inside the 4Runner. So, anywho, it is, what time is it? It's 4 o'clock, so I still have 2 hours to the game. And time for another beer, I think. Sit here and listen to the rain and thunder. Maybe see some lightning. And relax. Okay, well, another storm decided to come in. So I've always wanted to kind of check this out. Sitting in the passenger seat, it gives me a place to kind of sit up very comfortably, lean the seat back a little bit, and just relax. Using my internet up there to watch Vice Grip Garage before the Avs game starts. Having a few pretzels, maybe some Cheetos, and just watching it rain outside. It's nice and comfortable in here. Kind of a nice place to hang out, actually. Me and my wife are actually thinking about getting a trailer, and so this might even be more comfortable than that because we're just going to get a little teardrop thing, I think. We'll see. We're going to look at one on a Sunday. But this is actually very comfortable. I have the engine running just to heat it up a little bit because once the rain comes in, it does get a little chilly. I don't know what, it's 50 degrees, so it's not that cold really. But anywho, I'm just going to continue watching some YouTube videos before the Avs game starts, and hopefully it stops raining here soon, although it's not really looking like it's gonna. Ooh, look at that. And then start some dinner. So, and my wife's calling me right now. All right, well, June called right at the tail end of the previous video. I'm still sitting inside the vehicle. I did bring my MacBook because I was planning on sitting outside and watching the game, but the weather's quite nasty outside, and actually it's extremely comfortable inside. And let me see if I can widen this, if that'll... I don't know why this phone acts this way. I pressed the... Never mind. Anywho, so watching the game. Hopefully the Avs win the cup tonight. Sorry if you are a Tampa Bay Lightning fan. Funny, I am watching the Lightning, and I'm watching Lightning outside. So, sorry about the moving around. And sorry about the focus. It doesn't look like it's going to clear up anytime soon. So, we'll see. All right, I'm going to enjoy the game and relax, and hopefully I'm waiting for kind of a break in the weather so I think I'm actually going to bring the not my stove in here, but the Jetboil, and because of what I have for dinner, which is just tortellini and pesto sauce, I can make it in here, and that'll be the first time I do that. So we'll see how it goes. Rain has stopped, and the rainbow ends at the 4Runner. It's my pot of gold. Whoops. Well, good morning, folks. It is a beautiful Colorado morning. I've been up for maybe 45 minutes. I'm just sitting over there chilling, having my coffee. I've already done my business, made my coffee, and now I'm just kind of relaxing and enjoying the views. And to me, it's kind of cool to camp and be able to see civilization, air quotes, people. So I like seeing the night lights, especially sparsely populated night lights. So that was kind of cool to see last night. I know that may be kind of weird to camp and be able to see civilization or people and enjoy it. I do like the reverse and camping and feeling like there's not another human within 50 miles of me. But I kind of like this too, for some reason. I'm weird, as you all know. There's my camp. It must have got, I thought the temperature was kind of nice last night. I was very comfortable. I've never zipped up my sleeping bag. But it must have got below freezing because there's ice on top of my awning. But it never felt cold inside the 4Runner. I was very comfortable. And I slept really, really well. I did my usual and started a movie, watched about 10 minutes, fell asleep. But usually I get up in the middle of the night and watch the rest of the movie because I can't sleep. But that was not the problem last night. I slept fantastic. I would wake up from time to time, toss and turn for 5-10 minutes and fall right back asleep. And that was really nice. So I slept great. The 4Runner was at a slight slope, so it was sloping kind of down this way, and it's not much, but it was enough to bother me a little bit. I'd rather it be sloped, if anything, the other way, if not perfectly level, because I feel like when I'm sleeping, I'm kind of sliding towards the door and I feel kind of cradled. I don't know what you would consider that, but just find that more comfortable. When I'm sloping away from the door, I just feel like I'm going to fall off the bed. It wasn't too bad, but it was a little bit annoying. So next time I have to make sure I'm at least level or tilted the opposite way. Surprisingly, this is a very nice campsite. I've been very lucky coming out to this area with campsites. Every time I've been out here, I found a campsite that I actually really like. And this area is not that far from Denver. Maybe an hour and a half, depending on where in Denver you're from. So I just expect this to be really busy, and it's not. So I'm really surprised. May seem like a weird campsite because this road right here, I may have mentioned this yesterday when I took a walk around the campsite, just goes to a camping area by those trees over there. So it kind of looks weird because I'm hanging in the road, but I'm not blocking anybody. But it's nice having that little rock outcropping. If the wind cropped up, if it wasn't raining last night, the wind cropped up, I could have just kind of hid behind there and chilled. But I couldn't do that because it was raining. Anyhow, I'm going to sit here and enjoy my coffee for a bit longer. And then I think I'm going to edit this video, or at least the beginning stages of this video, with a view. Kind of nicer to edit the video here than at home. And then I'm going to pack up and head on home. If you made it this far, I appreciate you coming along. If you like this video, give it a like. If you don't, give it a dislike. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I respond to every comment unless you're a jackass. And also, please consider subscribing. Thanks for coming along. Gobbler out.